Now we will study the Makkaṭa Sutta, the discourse on the monkey, S47.7, from translated in SD 41.7. The theme here is the meditative mind keeps Māra away. Okay, so this is quite a straightforward sutta, Makkaṭa Sutta. There are quite a number of words for monkey in Pali. So Makkaṭa is one of them, not very common, but one of them. The more common word is kapi. Another one is vanara. Vanara is a very interesting word because it actually comes from vana nara, the forest man, vanara. By Malay we say orangutan or something like that. This sutta is a very instructive sutta with a series of parables reminding us to understand the nature of our senses and to practice sense restraint. Part of moral training, keeping the precepts, is the practice of sense restraint, especially in connection with meditation. While we are meditating, we need to practice sense restraint of all the five senses. In other words, first you keep the precepts, then you practice restraint of the five physical senses, and then you let go of the five physical senses, you deal with the mind. So let's look at the sutta on page 83, the discourse on the monkey. At Savatthi, there the Blessed One addressed the monks, Bhikshus. Bhante, the monks replied to the Blessed One, in essence, the Blessed One said this: there are Bhikshus in the Himalayas, the king of the mountains, rough and rugged tracts, where neither monkeys nor humans go. There are Bhikshus in the Himalayas, the king of the mountains, rough and rugged tracts, where monkeys go, but not humans. There are Bhikshus in the Himalayas, the king of the mountains, level and delightful terrains, where both monkeys and humans go. Okay, there you are. The Buddha starts with a very interesting set of images, very familiar in the minds of the ancient Indians. So they at once we're very curious. What is Buddha talking about? What is the Buddha going to talk about? So this is where the Buddha starts from something familiar to something unfamiliar, from the world to the Dharma. So here you have a parable of the terrains. There are three kinds of terrains in the Himalayan mountains. Number one, really rugged areas where no human or monkeys will go. Very dangerous, very cold perhaps, no trees, no plants, no point going there. Then the second one is where only monkeys go, so it's a safe place. Monkeys, they have food there, they have a place to live, but not accessible to humans. And the third kind of place, both humans and monkeys can go, accessible to both. In other words, this third place is not so safe for the monkeys. But I'm telling you a few things ahead of the story. Then the Buddha continues. 5.1. There Bhikshus, along the monkey trails, hunters set a trap of blood mind to trap the monkeys. Okay, this refers to the third area. Okay, where both humans and monkeys go to. There are Bhikshus, monkeys that are neither foolish nor playful, seeing that trap would stay away. But there is a monkey that is foolish and playful, who, seeing the trap, would approach it and grasp it with his hand. It gets stuck. Thinking, I'll free my paw, he grasps it with his second paw, but it sticks there too. Thinking, I'll free both paws, he grasps them with his foot. but it sticks there too. Thinking, I'll free both my paws and my feet. He grasps them with his second foot, but it sticks there too. Thinking, I'll free both my paws and both my feet. He grasps them with his snout, with his nose, but it sticks there too. Thus, bhikshus, a monkey lies trapped in 5 points and howls. He has fallen into misfortune, fallen into ruin, for the hunter set to work as he likes with him. Okay, this is the first part of the parable. Here the Buddha purposely talks about the 5 limbs of the monkey. 2 hands, 2 legs, and the nose. In a negative sense. We know what the 5 represents, right? The 5 senses. 5 senses. Elsewhere, the Buddha uses a positive parable, the parable of the tortoise. The Buddha says, there's this tortoise. The tortoise is a jackal coming. This jackal can pull out the tortoise head and then tear it apart and eat it. So the tortoise is a jackal coming. So it draws all these 4 limbs in, and also the head. Okay? Of course, you can say the tail also, right? 6 limbs represent the 6 senses. 5 limbs represent the 5 senses. So when you meditate, you restrain the 5 senses. In fact, the parable of the tortoise also applies to this entire program. But here, the Buddha is giving us a warning, not to be unmindful. Whereas in the parable of the tortoise, the Buddha is reminding us to be mindful. So they are 2 related sutras. I'm not sure if I mentioned the tortoise parable here. Just make a note. If it's not mentioned, we should add it in. Alright, so what happens to the monkey? 6.2.
Yeah.
Then, yes?
There should be a correction there. Right? The first line on page 84. I think they should be thinking, I free both my paws and my foot.
Oh.
Because the second line says that my feet. So these are my foot.
Okay, just correct it, please. So anyway, so it's got traps, so the hunter comes along, and let's see, what does he do? 6.2. Then the hunter, having speared or pierced him without loosening it, left on that very same piece of wood and departs to where he pleases. So he kills the monkey. Even so, bhikshus, it is with one who wanders in the wrong pastures, in the field of others. So the warning here is, the Buddha tells the monk, do not wander in the wrong pastures, in the field of others. Here's another parable. 2 parables, in fact. The wrong pastures. Here, wrong pastures. What is a pasture? It refers to the trail of the cows. So the Buddha is saying, so it's not actually pasture. It's more of the cow trail. Keep to the cow trail. Okay? Because cows are very interesting. When they let go, the bull rider, the chief, the main cow, will lead them, and they will always go the same trail, same way. That's the safe way. So it's called the gochara. Gochara translates pasture. Actually, it means more like cow trail.
So it should not be pasture?
Most translators use the word pasture.
So
You can make a note as brackets as a cow's trail.
So wrong cow trail.
Pasture also is included.
Should we stick to the cow's trail or should we, what's the moral that we stick to the cow's trail?
What you can do is you put a star there, you say, including the cow's trail. Okay, because the cow's trail leads to the pasture. So the whole, take it as a whole. Right? So what the Buddha is saying here is that keep to the rules of Vinaya, practice the Dharma, and that's the safe way. Monks who don't keep to the Vinaya, they're going off the trail.
So in other words, stick to the cow's trail now?
Yeah, you can say that if you like. So, and the safe pasture is the four satipatthana meditation, in other words. Then there is the feel, parable, feel of others. You can see note 26. Visaye. Visaye also translated as feel in a figurative sense. The feel doesn't belong to us, so if we go there, we might get beaten up. Okay? Or the dogs might chase us, for example. So basically here the Buddha is reminding us, keep to the teaching. Practice the Dharma Vinaya. Don't get lost. Number 8. And what bhikshus is the wrong pasture or the wrong cow's trail? The feel of others. That is to say, the 5 causes of sense pleasures. What are the 5? Form cognized by the eye, that are desirable, agreeable, lovable, connected with sensual desire, arousing, lust. And so the same thing is stated of sound, smell, taste, touches. In other words, the 5 senses here, insofar as they bring pleasure to us, they also bring pain. And if we see these 5 senses only in those ways, then we're going the wrong way. Then we are caught up with liking and disliking. So the meaning here is not to shut off all our eyes, all our 6 senses, all our 5 senses permanently. We can't. The Buddha did not advise that. What the Buddha is saying is understand all these as being impermanent and take them as they come and let them go. So that's the meaning of next line, number 10. Keep to the pastures, bhikshus, the haunt of our ancestors, or the field of our own fathers. Bhikshus, when you keep to your pastures, the haunt of our ancestors, Māra will not find you, or Māra will not find you as an object of his consciousness. Māra will not see you. When we are in jhana, Māra cannot see us. We are no more under the power of Māra. You can say Māra here is temptation. Sometimes Māra depicts death. So, in the end, when we get enlightened, we are free from Māra. We are no more reborn, we no more die, so to speak. Then the sutta concludes and says, and what bhikshus is a monk's pasture? The haunt of our ancestors. That is to say, the 4 focuses of mindfulness. What are the 4? Here bhikshus, a monk dwells exertive, clearly aware, mindful, observing the body in the body, removing covetousness and displeasure in the world. He dwells exertive, clearly aware, mindful, observing feelings in feelings, removing covetousness and displeasure in the world. He dwells exertive, clearly aware, mindful, observing the mind in the mind, removing covetousness and displeasure in the world. He dwells exertive, clearly aware, mindful, observing dharmas in the dharmas, removing covetousness and displeasure in the world. These bhikshus is a monk's pasture, the haunt of our ancestors. So here, you have two aspects. One is, what does it mean, wandering the wrong pastures? That means not mindful with the five senses. Then keeping the right pastures means practicing the four focuses of mindfulness. Practicing body-based meditation, such as the breath meditation. Watching our feelings as impermanent. Watching our thoughts also as rising and falling, as being impermanent. And then the fourth focus of mindfulness, watching whatever realities that arise in our minds. While we are meditating, we just watch all this. And when we understand them to be permanent, we continue our meditation. So in other words, you attain to the level of deep peace, you come out of it and you reflect, and you go back to the meditation, like that, back and forth, back and forth. And then from there, as your focus improves, as your concentration improves, your vision becomes more and more refined, your concentration gets better. So in summary, the Buddha is telling us, if you really want to meditate properly, we have got to find a proper place, a safe place. And this, not mentioned in the sutta, this is represented by that part of the mountain where only monkeys live, inaccessible to human beings. Right? So that's our posture. When we keep to the precepts, practice meditation. While we are practicing meditation, we make sure we are not distracted by the five senses, regarding them as impermanent, letting go of them. And then, when we reach a happy state, watch it, enjoy it, be at peace with it. When we come out of it, reflect on it as being impermanent and mind-made, impermanent. And then we go back to our meditation, paripasu, back and forth like that, until we attain streaming and then go on to attain step by step to Arahatu. So the sutta ends here.
Sorry, what did you say? The metaphor where the place where neither monkeys nor humans go,
Yeah.
and the other second one where only monkeys are not humans. What's the metaphor?
The second place where only monkeys live, not as sort of human beings, is a safe place for monkeys. That represents our meditation, the right kind of meditation, right conditions for meditation.
Why is the safe place for monkeys the right place for meditation?
Because they are not attacked by human beings, they are not killed by human beings, we are not distracted. Okay? The first one, no one exists there, isn't it? Yeah. So, well, I suppose it's not mentioned in the sutta. I suppose you can use your imagination. You can say that place represents nirvana, if you like. Nirvana. Neither monkeys nor humans go there. Okay. Yeah. In this parable, you might say in the second place where monkeys are safe, they are like the good meditators. The monkeys are safe; they are not attacked by hunters. Okay.
So they also meditate.
No, it's just a parable. It's just a parable. Animals can't meditate. Animals can sit quietly, peacefully, but they cannot get focused like humans in the sense of dhyana. I mean, let's say a tiger or what do you call it, a lion, focus, very intent, looking at the prey. There is some kind of focus, but it's not a kind of samadhi in meditation. Because that one, the intention is to kill, is very different. Okay? Any other questions?
The monkeys is to prevent the hunters.
Yeah, we're talking about 3 different kinds of places. Okay, now we end here so that I can rest my throat.
What is this kapi and kapi?
Sorry?
Kapi.
Kapi is all the word means monkey. There's another parable where the Buddha uses the monkey using the tortoise to represent the 5 senses, the head and the forelegs. So when the monkey sees danger, when the tortoise sees danger, he will pull all the forelegs in, pull the head in also, and the tail also. So it is safe. The jackal or this animal cannot hurt the monkey. So the meaning is we should restrain our 5 senses. In meditation, restrain our 5 senses. In other words, see less, hear less, eat less, and so on. That's the meaning during meditation. Outside meditation, whatever we see, regard them as impermanent. Okay? Okay, let's close this stuff. Once again, we spend this quiet time. We spend this quiet time together to reflect on the 2 suttas, or how to go through our meditation, letting go of thoughts, so that we progress naturally step by step, from one stage to another, by letting go. And in the 2nd sutta, we reflect on a safe place, safe practice, remembering to do our meditation like those monkeys in a safe place. Reflecting in this way is very good karma. By the power of all this good karma, maybe be strengthened to aspire to attain spiritual liberation, namely stream winning in this life itself. And also by all these good deeds we have done, that we be well and happy in this life itself. And also by all the good deeds we have done through our generosity, our practice of the precepts in meditation, maybe to dedicate all the good deeds we have done to all the beings and devas in this area, that they may be well and happy, continue to protect us, the practitioners, protect the true Dharma. And by all these wonderful good karma, let us radiate our metta to all the people, all those who are important to us, all the teachers who have helped us, that they may be well and happy. May all beings be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.